You are not depressed. You are insolvent. You spent your brain's entire operating budget on cheap thrills, and now the debt collectors are knocking. You sit down to do real work and it feels like physical pain. You are anxious, restless, bored out of your mind. You reach for your phone not because you want to, but because you need to just feel normal. That is not laziness. That is withdrawal. Your brain is bankrupt. By the end of this video, you will have the Neurologistic Protocol. You will understand why boring work feels impossible right now, and exactly how to reset your brain so focus and motivation actually come back. There was a period in my life where I thought something was seriously wrong with me. I would sit down to work and feel this overwhelming resistance, not just procrastination, like actual discomfort, restlessness, anxiety. My brain was screaming at me to do anything other than the task in front of me. So I would check my phone, scroll a little, watch a video, tell myself I just needed a quick break to reset. But the break never helped. If anything, I would come back feeling worse, more scattered, less capable of focusing, and then I would need another break and another break. I started to think I had ADHD or depression or some fundamental inability to concentrate that other people didn't have. I genuinely believe I was broken. Then I learned about something that changed everything, a concept from neuroscience that finally explained what was happening. Your brain operates like a balanced scale. On one side is pleasure, on the other side is pain, and your brain is constantly working to keep that scale level, to return to the baseline. And here lies the problem. When you press the pleasure button too hard, like TikTok, porn, sugar, video games, endless scrolling, your brain doesn't just return to neutral. It overcompensates. It slams down on the pain side to balance the equation. That is called opponent process theory, and it explains everything. I wasn't tired after work. I was in dopamine deficit. I have been snacking on cheap dopamine hits all morning, checking notifications, scrolling feeds, watching clips. So when it came time to do deep work, my account was overdrawn. My brain was creating anxiety and restlessness as a counterbalance to all the cheap pleasure I would consume earlier. I wasn't broken. I was just neurological bankrupt. And once I understood that, I could finally fix it. And that's what I teach now. It's time to balance the book. Get out of neuro insolvency. And here are the 3-phase Neurologistic Protocol. Phase 1, the supply embargo. You can't balance the scale while you're still standing on it. You can't fix an addiction while microdosing the thing you're addicted to. You need a clean break, a hard reset. And here's the science behind it. Neuroscience shows it takes approximately 30 days for your brain reward pathway to reset to baseline. 30 days of removing the high potency stimulation for your dopamine system to recalibrate. And here's what nobody warned you about. The first 2 weeks are going to suck. You're going to feel worse before you feel better. More anxious, more restless, more bored, more uncomfortable. And that's not depression. That's called withdrawal. Remember the teeter-totter? When you remove the pleasure, the pain side slams down to compensate. Your brain is used to getting those hits, and when they stop coming, it protests loudly. But that pain is temporary. It is the sound of your debt being paid off. It is the system recalibrating. If you can push through those 2 weeks, something shifts, the baseline reset, and suddenly, normal things like work, conversation, a walk outside start to feel rewarding again. And here's the tactic, the system flush. Identify your primary high-potency digital drug and be honest with yourself. Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube Short? Is it video games? Is it porn? Is it Twitter drama? Whatever it is, the thing you reach for compulsively, the thing that eats hours without you noticing, that's your target. And here's the order. Cut it completely. 0 exposure for 30 days. Not less, not I will limit myself to 30 minutes, 0. And here's why. You need a clean baseline to see cause and effect. You need to prove to your brain that you can survive without the pacifier, that you are not actually depending on it, even though right now it feels like you are. Remember, this isn't forever. It's only 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days. Phase 2, sweat equity. Here's the hack that changes everything. If pressing pleasure creates pain, then pressing pain creates pleasure. Same mechanism, reverse direction. The concept, hormesis. When you expose your body to acute, controlled stress, your brain tips the scale towards pleasure to compensate. You press the pain button intentionally and you get rewarded with natural, sustainable dopamine as a result. This is called hormesis, and it's the key to rebuilding your dopamine system the right way. The tactic, the hormesis capital. Stop trying to get dopamine on credit. You have been borrowing pleasure from your future self and paying it with interest. Instead, I want you to pay it up front. Earn it first. Here are the actions. Number 1, cold exposure. Cold showers, ice bath, whatever you have access to. That shock of cold water creates a massive stress response, and your brain compensates with a dopamine release that can last for hours. Not a spike and crash like social media, a steady, sustained elevation that makes you feel calm, focused, and alert. Number 2, heavy rocking. Put about 30 to 40 pounds in a backpack and walk for an hour. Feel the weight. Feel the discomfort. Your brain will reward you for it, not during, but after. The post-exercise clarity and calm is your brain rebalancing the scale. Number 3, high-intensity exercise. Sprint, heavy lifting, anything that pushes you to your limit. Run until your lungs burn. Lift until your muscles scream. Then stop and notice how you feel 20 minutes later. What's happening? When you do this, when you get a natural, steady drip of dopamine, not the spike and crash of cheap digital hits, a sustainable baseline elevation that makes everything else in your life feel more manageable. You are putting money in the bank before you spend it. You are prepaying for your pleasure with voluntary pain. And when you sit down to work after that, it doesn't feel impossible anymore because your account isn't overdrawn. Phase 3, physical air gapping. Phase 3 is all about engineering your environment so you don't have to rely on willpower. Because here's the truth. Willpower is a finite resource. You only have so much of it in a day. And if you are constantly burning willpower, just resisting the urge to check your phone, you are wasting processing power you need for other things. Here's the concept, air gapping. In cybersecurity, when we have a computer that absolutely cannot be hacked, we air gap it. We physically disconnect it from all networks. No Wi-Fi, no Ethernet, no connection at all. You can't hack what you can't reach. The same principle applies to your dopamine sources. The tactics, physical air gapping. Don't just put the phone down on the desk right next to you. That's weak. If the phone is within arm's reach, Your brain is burning energy just resisting the pull. That is wasting processing power. Instead, put the dopamine source physically and accessible. The action. Put your phone in another room when you need to focus. Not in the drawer next to you, a different room. Put your phone in the trunk of your car when you drive. Lock the game controller in a box and give the key to someone else. Use website blockers that are generally hard to bypass. Unplug your gaming console and put the power cord in an inconvenient place. And here's why this works. If you have to walk 5 minutes to get the dopamine hit, the urge usually dies before you get there. The craving is intense but brief. If you can introduce even 30 to 60 seconds of friction, of delay, of inconvenience, most impulses will pass. You are introducing latency, and latency kills addiction. You are not relying on being strong. You are engineering a situation where being weak doesn't matter, because the path to the drug is blocked. I know what's happening right now. Part of you want to click away from this video, check your notification, see what you're missing. That little itch in the back of your brain that say, I should look at something else. That's the debt collector. That's your brain accustomed to constant stimulation, protesting that it is not getting its fix. Here's your challenge, the boredom drill. I want you to do something uncomfortable right now, or immediately after this video. Sit in a chair. No phone, no music, no podcast, no book, no nothing. Just sit there and stare at the wall for 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes of nothing. You will feel an itch in your brain. You will feel anxious, restless, uncomfortable. You will want to move, check something, do anything other than sit there. Let it burn. That feeling is the sound of your debt being paid off. That discomfort is your brain recalibrating, learning that it can exist without constant stimulation, resetting its expectation for what normal feels like. This is the work. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's how you get your brain back. Every time you sit with that discomfort instead of numbing it, you are making a deposit. You are building tolerance. You are teaching your brain that boredom isn't an emergency. And eventually, faster than you think, it stops feeling like an emergency. The baseline reset and focus come back. Here's the truth. A rich person isn't one who spends the most. It is the one who keeps the most. Same goes for your dopamine. Protect it like it's your life-saving, because in many ways it is. Your ability to focus, to work, to feel motivated, to enjoy simple pleasure. All of it depends on managing this resource wisely. Stop spending on junk. Start investing in things that matter. I want to know who's clearing the deficit. Comment reset below if you're starting the embargo today. If you're ready to pay off the neuro debt and get your brain back. I want to see who's doing the work. And if this explains something you have been feeling but couldn't put into words, if you finally understand why everything feels so bad, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. We are building a community of people who are done being slave to their dopamine and ready to take control back. Your support helped us reach someone else who think they are broken, but is really just bankrupt. There are a lot of us out there. Reset the baseline, reclaim your focus. Force strong and thrive on, my friends.